Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Brahmanandam Param Sukhadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dvandvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namam Om. Adorations to Sadguru, who is Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme preceptor. Yoga Vasishtha Nirvana Prakarana Purvardha, section 59, the vision of the liberated sage. Jnana Drishti, the vision of wisdom that's being presented before you. And if you are unable to practice it, don't worry, because you have not attained the state prajna state. But good news, that is your goal. And therefore, practice those characteristics of sages as a basis for your affirmation. When your mind is calm, relaxed, and you should create that type of space in your daily life to have it a short period of relaxed time, and early in the morning is considered the best time, Brahma Muhurta, just about when the sun is about to rise, 1 hour before. So what is his normal experience? The same characteristics you allow to enter your mind and try to begin to enjoy it. How will it feel? And what are the characteristics? Now we are being given in a profound way. Brahman becomes the reality. In milk, it abides in the form of the milk. Here the term it relates to the truth. Brahman, the absolute. For an aspirant, Brahman abides in milk, not in the form of milk, in the form of butter. You have to analyze the milk. For a enlightened person, no analysis. God exists in milk, in butter, in birds, in animals, in all names and forms. Adore God in all names and forms. How quickly it is said, but what does it imply? In the wind, it abides in the form of the wind. It abides in the mind, in the form of the mind. In the intellect, it abides in the form of the intellect. That type of experience is sahaj, a spontaneous revelation. But until that revelation has been attained, visualization and affirmation must be practiced. It exists in the form of gods, human beings, animals, and all other beings. It manifests in the form of time, ages, years, months, weeks, hours, minutes, and seconds. For easy understanding, think of your dream. In dream, everything of your dream world is you. Likewise, everything of this world is the real you, the I am. You have to understand it is not ego I am, where ego is effaced. That I am is everything of your long dream. The world experience is like a long dream. Same characteristics as a dream. In dream, nothing is real. But while dreaming, everything becomes real in dream. But when we say nothing is real, in dream everything is you. So, if there is that type of revelation in your dream itself, you will jump up in your dream and start dancing. And will say, I am. I am the mountains, I am the rivers, I am the bird, I am the one climbing the steps, I am the one who is going to fall down also. And all the experience of hours, minutes, seconds, years, weeks, and ages, all that is I am. It abides in creation as well as destruction. The divine awareness, Aham Brahmasmi, is unshaken no matter how things happen in the world. It's like a sky. Sky remains unshaken, whether clouds of creation manifest in the sky, creating many colors, or clouds of destruction, they bring in storms and hurricanes. Construction, destruction continue. The sky remains untouched. That sky-like state is the I am. It expresses itself in childhood, youth, old age, and death. Every happening that occurs in your dream is you, safe and sound. This is what mind has to grab and work upon. But mind has developed addiction to worldly thoughts, taking things to be granted. So your mind is constantly holding on to so many stories of the past. And you are not satisfied. Go into history books and you are given lots of stories about ancient past. And your mind goes on stretching. Look into the sky. Your mind goes on stretching into Milky Way and what's beyond. But all this stretch is in the realm of illusion. The moment you wake up, the waking movement is within a moment, suddenly awakened. That moment crushes all the reality of the dream world, so vast, so extensive. In the same way, that moment of enlightenment crushes, destroys all your concept of worldly reality, all your concern for past, present, and future. All the world has poured into your mind through constant breaking of news, and your head doesn't break. The news goes breaking. A sage sees the world as a sportive creation of his imaginative mind. Now, from the point of view of the sage, the entire world is just like building castles in the air. You don't know how to build? Ask children. I'm joking. Everyone knows how to build castles in the air. All your imaginations, fearful imaginations, positive imaginations, all these are building castles in the air. That means there is no substance. He feels, I've imagined this vast universe. I've filled this universe with my own glory. Put yourself in that state. You yourself, try to understand, is a reflected sun confined to a pot. Now, as a reflected sun, you are developing wisdom, and the whispers of higher truth enter your personality, that you are not confined to this pot. You are in every pot because you are the sun. And wherever there is light, the sun is there. So therefore, you are everywhere. You are not confined in one place. The I am in you dominates your entire dream world. The real I am is the reality behind your entire universe that you experience through your conditioned mind. There is nothing in the universe other than me. Ahame Vedam Sarvam. All this is nothing but me, I am. That's putting yourself in the Swarupa state. Swarupa means essential nature. Try to dramatize it in your own mind. See the sun, reflected sun, suffering in countless ways. See the same sun having a revelation that I am the one in every part, and see the end of all the thrill that I alone am. All reflections are unrealities. Thus he experiences infinite bliss. By this time, the sun had declined in the west, and with the advent of evening, the sage concluded his teachings for the day. All the assembly of listeners adored sage Vasishtha and departed to their respective abodes. On the following day, they assembled again in the royal court of Dasharatha. This went on day by day. That's a storyline. Section 61. the long dream of the world process. And the main point is the world is not to be taken as reality, but in order to attain enlightenment, try to allow the mind to view the world as a dream phenomenon, a dream flow of dream events. Sri Ramchandra asked, O sage, this world is like the illusions seen in a dream. How is it that the great deities, such as Hiranyagarbha, are not deluded by this world process, while we human beings are involved in its illusion? How is it that we see the world as a reality? For deeper insight into this, the answer to this question, let me just give you the Vedantic wisdom. Brahman alone exists. Prakriti is Brahman's magical power. A magician does not become doubled up because of his magical power, implying magician is not one place as magical power, another place. His magical power is the concept of duality exists if you are under the influence of the magic. When magical influence, that's called ignorance, is removed, Brahman alone is. Now, that Prakriti has three aspects. Sattva predominating Prakriti plays the role of Ishvara, the role of creation, sustenance, and dissolution of the world. And Rajas dominated Prakriti is avidya, ignorance, that becomes the cause of countless souls, jivas. Brahman turns into countless souls. And these jivas are guided, supported by Ishvara, three-aspected Ishvara. And all the materials needed for jiva's evolution are same Brahman through tamasi Prakriti, tamas predominating Prakriti. So Brahman has become all this universe from Ishvara down to a blade of grass. Ishvara, who is controlling all that, all the gods, the role of Sagun, Sakar, Brahman, all that is at the high level of controlling the world process. And all that those who are being led by Ishvara to evolution, they are nothing but same Brahman. And all the materials, the body, mind, intellect, senses, the world of elements, all the materials that you need, they are same Brahman through tamasi Prakriti. But Sage Vasishtha explained, the illusion of reality of the world is intensified by prolonged awareness of the multiplicity of objects caused by ignorance. What Gita terms it in a simple way, dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu pajayate. You allow your mind to constantly think of worldly experiences, considering them real. The reality of the world is hammered on your mind day by day. That's what we mean by that's the meaning of the statement, that by constantly repeating the same experience, sangas, you become deeply connected with the world, deeply bonded with the world. The term is sangha. Sangha is like glued together. You and the world become glued together. Sangat sanjayate kama. And as this state develops of dependence on the world, desires arise. Desires for worldly situations. All your progress is imagined in the terms of time, space, causation. And naturally, you cannot be fulfilled because the entire world is a dream-like process, illusory. So, kamat krodho vijayate. Kama brings about agitation in your mind. Instead of fulfillment, lots of agitation. Because kama has only two ways to go. Kama has three ways to go, but let me first lead you to two ways. Your desire is satisfied, fulfilled. Sometimes fulfilled beyond your imagination. But the more it is fulfilled, greater is your agitation, greater is your elation. You don't know what to do, you are so happy. You immediately go on telling everyone whom you know. You want to go in viral. And that is termed as krodha. Literally, krodha means anger. But in this context, it is agitation of mind. And the second possibility, your desire is not fulfilled, frustrated. That puts your mind into a state of shock. That's another type of krodha. So agitation has two ways to go. Fulfillment of desire and frustration of desire. The third way, being desireless. And that's the matter of enlightenment. But continuing this, dhyayato vishayan punsa sangas deshu bhajayate, sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho bhijayate. From kama, anger develops. Anger I have explained, agitation. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. When your mind is agitated constantly, you are not living a real life. You are living in a dream. And that type of life is a moha-based life, a life of mist, of illusion. Dhyayato vishayan punsa sangas teshu pajayate, sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti bhransha. This deluded state causes smriti bhransh. Smriti means recollecting your identity. You forget about who you are. You forget about even the fact that what is most important for you in daily life is to look for who am I and recognize the role of I am in you. And to recognize ego is not the real I am. So that's the result of smriti bhransha, buddhi nasho. This leads to ineffectiveness of your intellect. Intellect is there. It can resolve all your problems if you can purify it. But you have so many things so important that you put your intellect inside an office and lock him up. The buddhi is not exercised. Sentiments dominate your personality. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. And buddhi itself is constantly being obstructed. You cannot progress. You will be led to destruction. But here destruction again is allegorical term. Soul will never be destroyed, which is worse than destruction. In other words, you can't escape the laws of karma. You may slip from one life, you get into another. Brahma, or the cosmic mind, has attained the state of negation of ignorance. Therefore, he sees the world as an elaboration of his imaginative mind. This is the description of Ishvara level of souls that have come to attain communion with Saguna Sakar, as if you have become Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or other gods. These gods at this, as Ishvara stage, they are enlightened. So even though they have enormous responsibility before them, guiding every soul, providing all materials needed for spiritual evolution, guiding the whole world process. Enormous things happen in the world. Every little lightning that flashes, every great things that happen, the falling of stars, creation of new stars, all this is designed by God. God is constantly busy. But in spite of all that, God is detached. All this is a kind of a fun, leela. When ignorance is negated by the knowledge of truth, the world does not hide its essential reality, the self. As long as ignorance exists, so long the world is perceived as a reality. But with the rising of knowledge, the world becomes unreal and illusory. Though seeing a dream and realizing it to be unreal, one is unable to stop dreaming due to the force of karmic operations. Just giving you a little insight into the role of karma. Karma continues to operate, but operation of karma does not restrict an enlightened sage. Just like sometimes while you are dreaming, an awareness develops within you, it is a dream. You become very relaxed, no matter whatever is happening in your dream. Now the same happening you view with a sense of fun, a sense of sport. The question is asked, why don't you stop the whole dream? You can't do that. Your dream is a result of karmic process. Karma will take its own time. So you can attain enlightenment, and still your personality will continue to be in the world. How long? Depending upon your karma, your prarabdha karma. Only thing you have to understand, that in the case of those who are not enlightened, while prarabdha karma is wearing off, you are creating new karmas, sanchit karma. And you are maintaining three types of karma: sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and kriyaman karma, the karmas that you go on doing day by day. Though seeing a dream and realizing it to be unreal, one is unable to stop dreaming due to the force of karmic operations. In the same way, Brahma sees the world as a dream and yet continues to dream on, thus sustaining the creation of this world process. Whatever arises out of a dreamer is of the nature of the dreamer. This world arising out of Brahma is of the nature of Brahma, the cosmic mind. When a person discovers his profounder reality by uniting his mind with the cosmic mind, he attains the realization of the self. He becomes free from the illusion of the world process. Here you are being led to Om Upasana. Realize you are, if you view yourself a body, you are inseparably related to the cosmic body, Virat. Grow up and view yourself as a mind, because how can there be body without the mental act? But then, if you are mind, you are relating to cosmic mind. If you say you are a wave, then why don't you say you are the ocean as well? How can you separate a wave? All this is a matter of Vedantic Upasana. And if you view yourself as the causal state, the cause of your mind, then the cause of your mind relates to Ishvara, cause of the whole universe. So if you are the cause of your mind, why aren't you united with Ishvara? When all the three stages are perfected, there is absolute awakening. You are Brahman, the absolute. AUM and transcendental. Though the world seems to be so real, yet it must be understood as unreal and false. The old habit of considering the objects real must be broken with effort and persistence. Abhyasa and vairagya must be practiced in your daily life. Repeated effort. And we will continue next. Om. Om. Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Prayer for shower of Karunamaya Rasa grace of God over all of you with the blessings of Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukum Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshyama Mritat. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om.